Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught me this 100% truth. Double salutations to the Akim out there spreading this word in truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the Akwaf listening in today. I'm back at you with another lesson entitled, He Shall Fall by His Own Counsel. Now we're talking about none other than the so-called white man here, alright? Who is known as, in the scriptures, as Esau, Edom, you see. So before I proceed on, let me just get up the definition for the word counsel. Counsel meaning, counsel meaning alright, so series come back with what are you doing, man? Salaki. Counsel meaning okay, right, darn technology, Salaki. Alright, so counsel, COUNSEL, right? Advice, especially that given formally, give advice to someone, give professional help and advice to someone to resolve personal and psychological problems, or recommend a course of action, right? So the one I'm after is recommend a course of action, you see, because it doesn't matter what these devils do, right? No matter what course of action they take, right? They can't offset the prophecies. They can't offset their downfall, right? Which is, you know, going back to the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, because Esau, Edom, although he knows it's written that he will fall, he can't accept that in his minds of minds. In his minds of minds, if he has long enough time to advance in technology and so on and so forth, he can overwrite the prophecies and he can rule perpetually forever, which we know that's just, you know, pure figments of the imagination of Esau, Edom, man, because that's not what's going to happen. You see, it says in the scriptures that the word shall not return unto the Heavenly Father void, and that it shall accomplish that which it is said to please. It shall accomplish that which it's said to do, right? Roughly paraphrasing. So Esau can't offset the prophecies, right? He is written in the scriptures, all throughout the scriptures, that he will fall and that he will serve the nation of Israel for a long drawn out 1,000 years before he's completely done away with, right? Obadiah 1:18, you see? So no matter what this devil does, he can't offset the prophecies and he will fall, right? Let's start off here in Isaiah 14:12, and it reads, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Which Lucifer just simply means light bearer. Right now, these devils are the bearer of the light, as in they have, you know, so-called wisdom to prevail over the rest of the nations, over the rest of the people, right? Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations, you know, because they've weakened the nations by way of, you know, the transatlantic slave trade, colonization, you know, their tongue walketh throughout the whole earth, as in, you know, English is the main language, you know, that's like the default language of the earth, for lack of better words, right? And, you know, ultimately, he weakened the other nations by enforcing his democracy, man. He didn't let the other nations run their countries, run the people, govern the people the way they wanted to, right? Esau, Edom came with his democracy and he made everyone basically follow after his ways, man, which in return has weakened the nations, right? Verse 13, For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also, which, you know, exalting his throne above the stars of the Most High. You know, he's got his satellites, he's got his space stations, and, you know, things of that nature, man, because of his pride. You see, he's trying to be. Esau doesn't believe in the Most High, but he tries to be like the Most High, right? He tries to establish himself as God, right? Where was I? I will exalt, verse 13, Isaiah 14 and 13. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, which is talking about the land of America, man, North America. That's where these Edomites predominantly are residing, right? Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. You see, so the pride of his heart has deceived thee, man. You know, his whole NWO agenda, you know, him trying to stick a grain of rice in everyone and trying to digitalize the whole system and trying to merge man with technology, right? That is his way of him trying to be like the Most High, right? He wants ultimate control over the entire population, right? So he's trying to establish himself as God, not knowing that through all, you know, by him doing all these actions is actually leading to his demise, right? As it says in verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. So you're going to be brought down from your heavenly state, you know, living the lavish life, eating the freshest meats, and, you know, having the whole entire world in subjection to being held captive and to, you know, be a slave and to become the basest of men as you are originally intended to be, right? So Isaiah 14 and 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, right? So you guys are going to be brought down very low, man, you know, and ultimately the reason why you believe that you can be like the Most High and you can thrive. In fact, these guys take it a step further, man. They're like, yeah, there's the God of the Bible, but hey, we're Esau, right? We can surpass the acts of the God of the Bible. You've got that devil, what's his name? Yuval Noah Urari or something like that, man. And he's talking about how, you know, they're creating or working on technology that far surpasses anything that the God of the Bible has done, not knowing that the God of the Bible, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, as the one that's, you know, he's been working on your mind to give you those ideas to fulfill, you know, to invent the technology that you feel will surpass the Heavenly Father. But he's the same power that's giving you the idea to create those things, man. So these devils have been greatly deceived. But ultimately, why do these devils walk in great pride? And even though all odds are against them, they believe that they can somehow offset prophecy and for things to fall in their favor. Well, that's because the Heavenly Father, right? You need to remember that the Heavenly Father deals with the left and the right hand side, you see. And the Heavenly Father on the left hand side has actually got has got angels, right, on the left hand side, demons, more you can call them, who are you know, being a lying tongue in the ears of these Edomites, right? So these devils, I mean these demons on the left hand side of the Heavenly Father are you know, being sent down to the earth to these elite Edomites, and they're deceiving them, basically saying to them how they're gonna thrive, how their NWO is gonna you know, is gonna work, and it will go to plan, and ain't nothing gonna get in the way of that. So these devils got these lying spirits on the left hand side deceiving them, whilst the Heavenly Father, he's basically he's adding, you know, their sins onto the tab, right? Because ultimately these devils are they're gonna have a tab that they ain't gonna be able to afford to pay, man. You see, as I've been bringing out recently, in Genesis 4 and 13, you know, Cain said that my punishment is greater than I can bear. And these Edomites are here on earth in the spirit of Cain, right? And you know, the judgment that the Heavenly Father is about to bring forth is going to be greater than they can bear, man. And what the world is going to see is that, you know, because the world is used to seeing prosperity on the left hand side, right? But what the Heavenly Father is about to show the world is how much more powerful his right hand is than his left, right? Let's go to the book of 1 Kings, chapter 22. And you know what? Just to get the understanding of it, we're going to read from verse 19, just to get a bit more meat, right? But the point is verse 22 to 23. But we're going to start at 19, right? 1 Kings 22 and 19. And he said, "Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left." So he had the, the righteous angels on the right, and then he had the demons on the left, right? And what was he doing? They was having a council, which is what, basically to give advice, or to basically come to a conclusion of what action is going to be taken moving forward, right? Verse 20, "And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner." So you see, what they're seeing is, the counsel of the Heavenly Father going on right now. They're seeing the Heavenly Father speaking to the angels on the left-hand side and to the angels on the right-hand side. And they're basically trying to come to a conclusion as to how they're going to persuade Ahab, right? That he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead. But you see, when you link this to today, it's the same thing happening with these Edomites, man. Because these angels, these demons are being lying spirits in the ears of these elites, right? Which are deceiving them. And these elites genuinely think they're going to thrive in their NWO agenda, right? Let's read on. Verse 21. I hope you're still with me. "And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord," right? And this was a demon, right? "And said, I will persuade him." Verse 22. "And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit," right? "In the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so." So the Heavenly Father, this demon said he's going to be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. And the Heavenly Father looked upon the demon like, yeah, you know what? I like that idea. Yeah, all right, you go and do that. And I'm going to make sure you prevail in doing so, man. Because remember, ultimately, the Heavenly Father is in control of all things, man. You see? So that's exactly what's happening today. Esau is he's hearkening onto these demons, right? Who are telling him that his NWO is gonna is not gonna fail, is gonna thrive. So he's being deceived, man. Even though he's in straits right now, meaning he's in a position of difficulty, he's got these lying spirits saying to him that his agenda will not fail, right? So that just goes to show you the power of the Lord, man. You see? So let's read verse 23, and it says, "Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee." So, as I said, these devils are being deceived, man. And they're going to fall by their counsel, because, these devils be having secret counsels amongst each other. And they actually devise these wicked plans, these wicked acts that you see going forth throughout the four corners of the earth, man. But you see, he's going to fall by his own counsel, man. Right? Because, they ain't operating as smoothly and as subtly as they was before, man. They're getting sloppy at what they're doing. Because you see, one of the Edomites' powers was in their subtlety, right? They was able to, subtly bring forth an agenda and make the people, deceive the people to make it seem like it's in their favor, when really and truly it favors the elites. It favors them. A perfect example of that would be the Federal Reserve, man. because that's nothing but a private-owned corporation, you see. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Right? And who are the Temanites? The Temanites are you Germans, man. And you see, most of the elite, if not all of them, all stem from Germany, right? When you go and search them up on Google and you go and see where their family stems back from, they stem back from Germany, man. Even the whole Illuminati thing, right? That was established by someone by the name of Adam Weishaupt, if I've pronounced his name right. But where's he from? He's from Germany, man. So, you know, ultimately, the Temanites, aka the Germans, are like the smartest, or are meant to be the smartest amongst all the tribes of Edom. You see, I mean, you've got like German engineering, for example. You know, German cars are very well known for the engineering. You know, the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum is, I think, is chairman by Klaus Schwab, or he's in a very high position within the World Economic Forum, which again, he's a German, right? The Rothschild, if I'm not mistaken, you can trace their family line back to Germany. So you see, they're basically the head, not the head tribe, but the brain of Esau, man, the brainiest out of all the tribes of Esau, right? But you see, their counsel is no longer working in their favor, man, because as I said, there was a point in time where these devils can literally enforce all these things upon the people of the earth, and the people of the world wouldn't realize that it's really in favor of the elites and not for them, right? But now they're getting more sloppy. People are waking up to realize that the juice, you know, the juicy juice is working against them. The charagma that they're about to implement is going to work against them also. And, you know, people feel cheated, man, because look at, you know, the cost of living right now and things of that nature, man. Jeremiah 49 and 7, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? You see? Because, you know, as I said, they're not as smooth, man. People are waking up to their agenda. That's why Revelation 12 and 12 says that the devil is coming down on you with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time, right? Because the more this devil prolongs this thing, the more people wake up to his agenda and don't want to be a part of it, man. You see? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him that time that I will visit him. You see, so he's going to fall by his own counsel, man, because he, no matter how many plans he comes up with or secret discussions he comes up with, and no matter how many conclusions he comes up with, he is still destined to fall, because that is Bible prophecy, man. You see, he has a set date, time, month, hour where he is going to be completely, his kingdom is going to be completely destroyed, man. You know, that land of America, aka Babylon the Great, virgin daughter of Babylon, is going to be completely destroyed, man. Lake of fire, right? Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 64. Damn, I just had it. And 8. And it reads, so shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see thee, Salaki, all that see them shall flee away. And that's exactly what you're doing, man. You've got people high up, you know, you've got certain small hats coming out and exposing the agenda of these wicked elites, man. You know, you have certain doctors, high up doctors going on like Alex Jones' show, and they're exposing this wicked agenda, man. You see, so as it says, if Egyptian be divided against Egyptian, how can their kingdom stand? Right? So, and if Satan be divided against Satan, how can their kingdom stand? So you've got Satan ratting on Satan, man. So how the hell can this kingdom stand, man? This kingdom is circling the drain as we speak. Right? But, you know, there's many people still asleep to that fact, but also there's many people waking up and smelling the coffee, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Chapter 47. And we will start at verse 10, right? And it reads, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me." So, you know, these Edomites went about doing all their wickedness and committing all these heinous acts, thinking that, you know, they weren't ever going to get judged for it, and that they ain't no God to, you know, to behold all the wicked acts that they're doing forth across the four corners of the earth, right? But you see, they don't know that, you know, they're going to be in that Cain spirit. Their punishment is going to be greater than they can bear. They don't know that they're about to pay for generations and generations worth of sin in 1 hour, man. Pursuant to Revelation chapter 18, you know. Imagine how much destruction is going to go forth to destroy the land of America in 1 hour, just 60 minutes, right? So they don't understand that, you know, because they're still continuing in their wickedness right now, but they don't understand that they have got the bill that they have to pay is gonna be more than they can afford, man. You know, and the Heavenly Father, He's gonna really show His wrath towards these Edomites. Isaiah 47:11. "Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." So you see, you devils are going to get caught off guard, man. You're going to get caught off guard. You have no idea what the Heavenly Father has in store for you, man. You have no idea the judgments that the Heavenly Father's got in store for you, and how He's even going to raise up His men, you know, to inflict judgment upon you as well, man. It says in the book of Isaiah that thine heart shall meditate terror, man. You know, so the hopeful elect are in a completely different mindset. We're thinking of how, you know, and it's only going to ramp up in the kingdom as well, but we're thinking about how we can talk to you, how we can take you out, and things of that nature, man. You know, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, He's not playing, man. You know, because ultimately he's building up his men. He's gathering up his army, man. And what does his army consist of? His army consists of course, Yahushua, the angels, the 200 million nuclear missiles, which you can read about. I believe that's Revelation 9 and 16. And his remnant, man, his elect. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. You see? So you devils don't stand a chance, man. And you're going to be in that Cain spirit where, you know, you're going to be like, you know, your punishment is greater than you can bear, man. And woe to you, wicked Israelites that are following after the beast as well, man. You know, you didn't want to seek Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You wanted to follow after the beast because you thought that's where all the power was, right? Well, I got something for you. Isaiah 30:1. "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That, verse 2, that walk to go down, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." So ultimately, 2/3 of our people trust in oppression, man. They don't trust in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You say those names and they're looking at you like you got 10 heads, right? But they don't, our people have no faith because they trust in the things that they can see rather than trusting in the things that they can't see, not knowing that the things that they can't see are way more powerful than the things that they can see, right? So what does it say in verse 3? Isaiah 30:3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Who's your modern day Pharaoh? Biden is an example of your modern day Pharaoh, man. The current, the Edomite rulers of the world right now that will represent your modern day Pharaoh, right? Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, right? Because a lot of you guys, 2/3 of our people are going to be perplexed, man, when this judgment is going forth, and they're not going to know where to turn, man. They're not going to know what's going on, why it's happening, or how to save themselves from the situation that they're in. But you see, ultimately, they can blame that on the devil who they've been following after, who's who's got this whole world in gross darkness, man. You see, whilst this devil thinks he can devise all these wicked plots and schemes, right? He's got the world in gross darkness, man. But you see, the devil knows what's coming. These elites, they know what's coming, man. But they don't want to tell the people because they still need society functioning as of right now before it gets all apocalyptic. But if you guys really knew what was coming down the pipeline, you wouldn't even go back into work tomorrow, man. And that's the truth, because you're going to be thinking, right, I need to prep, I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to, do what I can to make sure I can survive what's coming. But the problem is our people are in gross darkness, man. So they have no idea what's coming, nor do they realize how severe the plagues are going to be, man. You see? Let's go to Job chapter 18 and verse 5, and it reads, yeah, the light of the the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. What did it say in what was it? Isaiah 14:12. Let's just get that real quick. Bear with me. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Which, remember, the word Lucifer just means light bearer, because these elites would be the current light bearers right now. Even though the Israelites, starting with the elect, would be the true light bearers, right? We're the true illuminated ones. Those that understand this truth, we're the true illuminated ones, right? But if if you're saying it in the sense of, in regards to the wickedness of this world and the wicked vibration it's under, then yeah, these elites would be the so-called light bearers right now. You see? So Job, because they understand how this system works, they understand how to manipulate the system so that it works in their favor. So ultimately they have that light, meaning they have that wisdom, right? But they don't have the wisdom that's going to save them from what's coming. Okay? Job 18:5, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, right? So he's gonna be in difficulties, and right now he's in times of difficulties because a lot of people are waking up to his wicked agenda. The more he delays, the more people realize that they ain't gonna take this M to the O to the T to the B, right? That grain of rice, because already people have been so jacked up over the juice shots, right? And his own counsel, right? His own counsel shall cast them down. So all those secret counsels these elites be having, and all these plots and schemes that they be coming up with, ultimately is gonna be to their own demise, man. It's gonna be to their own demise. You see? Let's jump down to verse 18, and it reads, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of this world. Because you see, all those lying prophets, man, that these elites have been hearkening onto, they're gonna realize that really and truly they got played, man. The Heavenly Father has supplanted them yet again, right? So hey, man, they're gonna be angry, man. These Edomites been getting supplanted since the beginning of time, man. Since that birthright was taken from Esau by Jacob, which we know really and truly the birthright never belonged to Esau anyway. It was just how the Heavenly Father set it up to be, you know, because at the end of the day, this is his movie, man. You see? Let's close out here in Job 20 and verse 22, and it reads, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Again, straits meaning difficulties. He's going to be in a time of difficulties, which he is in right now. Because, you know, the people are waking up to his wickedness. They don't want to subscribe to his agenda. They don't want to get down with it, man. So, you know, it's not going as smooth as these devils thought it would, right? Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, the wicked is I believe the word is Amal, which is going into the laborers, right? The workers, you know. They right now, they're pissed off, man. They see the soaring petrol prices, food prices, and things of that nature, man. So eventually it's going to come to a point where they're going to, you know, forget a protest. They're just going to, you know, it's just going to be completely apocalyptic, man, because the people are going to take matters into their own hands, right? Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, right? So when this devil gets to the point of where he, you know, right, the NWO has been fully implemented, and, you know, he's about to put his feet up. They're about to make that toast like, yeah, we did it, man. You know, when he's about to fill his belly, right, the Most High shall cast his fury shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So, you know, he ain't gonna expect it, man. That's why, you see, it says that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Because it's gonna come at an hour, at a minute, at a second, where you don't expect it, man. You know? A good movie to watch would be Kingsman, The Secret Service. You know, they almost implement, you know, a kind of roundabout NWO. And, you know, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he was in straits, man. You know, he was in a time of calamity and difficulty, and, you know, it wasn't going as smooth as they thought it would, you see? So that's exactly what's gonna happen with these Edomites, man. They're gonna fall by their own counsel. They can have all these secret discussions and meetings and plots and schemes and you name it, man. But ultimately, it's still gonna lead to their demise, right? So hopefully this lesson was edifying, and until the next time I say shalom.